My name is Drew Lepore. I'm with Vet Adventures, and today we're going to be talking about the top timepiece brands and their market trends. A couple of places that I got information from is Lux Consult. They're a company that compiles all information from Swiss watch companies and gives you a comprehensive market breakdown of each brand. We're only going to go over the top 5 and watch charts. So there's going to be a number at the bottom of each slide that's going to show you market index, and that's going to be the top 30 watch models from each of these brands. They're going to be averaged out, and it's going to show you the average price of each model, and then it's also going to show you where those are trading in the aftermarket. So for Rolex, the total turnover rank for Rolex is number 1 with $11.6 billion USD. Rolex holds 30% of the market share in the Swiss watch market. And Rolex is known for their consistency, their reliability, and the name. Now, 11% growth year over year from 2023 to 2024, and they sold roughly around 1.24 million units in 2023. And like I said, they hold around a third of the market share in the Swiss watch market. And market value tends to be higher for Rolexes than retail, and that's usually because of the waiting list for people to get these timepieces. A lot of the times you can wait anywhere from 3 months to 5 years depending on certain models. So a lot of the times these watches typically tend to trade higher in the aftermarket because people don't want to wait in line. Rolex is one of the few privately owned Swiss watch companies that are still around, and they only have 2 brands, which is Rolex and Tudor. And the Rolex current market index is 21,217, and they're trading a little bit under negative 3.4% to the year. Cartier, the total turnover rank for Cartier is number 2 at $3.5 billion USD. Cartier is a brand known for the luxury watches and jewelry. They had 7.5% growth year over year from 2023 to 2024 and sold roughly around 660,000 watches in 2023. They hold around 8% of the Swiss retail market, and the average retail price for Cartier is around $4,000. Cartier's market share would be higher if they actually included the sales and jewelry. So a lot of their flagship models, are encrusted in gems, diamonds, anything like that. So if you really think about it, Cartier would actually be higher than Rolex in terms of total turnover if you actually included their jewelry sales. They're known for combining luxury watches and exquisite jewelry design as well. Omega, total turnover rank is number 3 with $2.9 billion USD. Omega is the leading brand for the Swatch Group, 12.5% growth year over year from 23 to 24, and they sold roughly around 570,000 watches in 2023. Holds 7.5% market share in the Swiss retail market. And Omega created the first minute repeater wristwatch. Now, this is kind of debated. Audemars Piguet actually, they claim that they created it. Omega claims that they created it. Now, Louis Brandt, who later created Omega, actually developed, or they were in partnership with Audemars Piguet, and then Audemars Piguet actually manufactured that watch. So I mean, depending on who you ask, you get different answers from the Omega website and the AP website. So was the first produced the bidirectional winding mechanism that winds the mainspring clockwise and counterclockwise, which would be the rotor. So in automatic watches, you have a rotor that will swing up and down, or left and right, depending on where you move your wrist on your watch. So they actually created that first movement that was able to wind the mainspring both ways, and created one of the first tourbillon movements. AP, their total turnover rank is number 4 with $2.7 billion USD. Has had one of the quickest rises in growth and popularity in the last 5 years in the Swiss watch market. Roughly around 51,000 watches sold in 23, and 17% growth, year over year from 23 to 24, and that comes off of a 27% growth from 2022. And they hold around 4.9% of the market share in the Swiss watch retail market. And like I said before, Louis Brandt designed and created the first repeater movement for the wristwatches, while AP manufactured the movement. Like I said, it's kind of argued. The AP Calibre 2120 was the thinnest automatic movement with a full rotor when it was introduced in 1967. That will be that picture right there. And AP current market index is 87,521 with negative 8% on the year. Patek Philippe, total turnover rank is number 5 USD, and that is $2.3 billion in turnover. Similar to Rolex, Pateks tend to retain their value compared to other watch brands. They had 14.5% growth from 2023 to 2024, and they sold roughly around 70,000 watches in 2022. Holds 5.5% market share in Swiss watch retail market, and an average price of a Patek is around $54,000. Patek holds a place in the Big 10 or the Big 4, the Big 5, whatever you want to say, in the Swiss watch market, and they're known for their impressive quality in their materials, movements, complications, everything. And Patek Philippe is the oldest family-owned Swiss watch company in Geneva, being owned by the Stern family since 1932. Patek Philippe current market index is around $205,354 and negative 8.1% on the year. This was Top Timepiece Brands and their market trends. I'm Drew Lepore. I'm looking forward to helping you with your next sale or acquisition of any luxury timepieces. Thank you.